Hi, fans of Ferret, aka Ferret's here, and today will be the S-Rank guide for the Howling Aces. Now, the Howling Aces is actually my favorite boss fight in the entire game. Also, not only is it a really good boss fight, but also, how do I say this? It has a really good soundtrack as well with that boss fight as well. So it's just my favorite. This boss fight works very similarly to the Phantom Express boss fight, where you don't have limited ground. You're basically stuck on a small platform. In the Phantom Express, you're on a cart. On a cart, on like a train cart essentially, and this you're on a very small plane that depending where you're standing will move that certain direction. Now, very quickly, before we really get going into this, is the last three boss fights for the S-Rank guy will be King Dice, then Devil, then Salt Baker. There's also going to be a secret video that releases exactly 1 year after the S-Rank guide for Chef Salt Baker. So if you want to stay and wait for that video, I highly recommend subscribing to the channel if you so wish. There's also a secret phase to this boss fight, and you see those four puppies. You're meant to actually get them to the gray of their the gray smoke of their boss. Basically, you're meant to like get the gray clouds trailing them to be all gray, and in a limited time it has to be all four puppies. And I just wanted to clarify that because I can't really seem to activate the secret phase no matter how hard I try. I just wanted to say that very quickly, but I just wanted to point that out if you wanted to. But for me, I prefer to use the original method, which is so what the final phase will do, it will like alter your orientation of the screen. So this is what it's going to be looking like. As you can see, this it's going to be flipping you like sideways and up and down, and upside down, that kind of thing. However, here is the thing about it: it does not change your controls. It does not invert your controls as well. So if it did invert your controls, it'd be impossible for me to do. But because it doesn't, it just inverts how you view the screen. And yeah, it doesn't invert your controls, but it does make aiming a bit harder with that, so just be wary about that. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking, I apologize for that. But very quickly, your loadout is going to be the crack shot with the spread shot. And if you see in the first phase, anytime I use the spread, I do try to jump up and down to hit, so that way all my bullets are hitting the plane above me. This is a tactic that I use even during the Devil boss fight, so remember that when you do see the Devil boss fight, is I jump a lot up and down to make sure all my bullets are hitting him as much. So this boss fight is basically a predecessor to the tactic of jumping up and down to make sure all your spread shot bullets are hitting. So without further ado, let's really get going with the boss fight. Okay, the first part of this boss fight is very simple. You're on a small little plane. Your main target is going to be that dog piloting the plane. I highly recommend using crack shot and spread when you can, but he's going to attack you with his like tattoos that will come flying at you in a pattern. Some of them are parryable. There is a chance to get 2 parries in that one, but either way, just be wary of his other attack, which is the cat attack. A cat's going to come up and spit out some yarn balls at you. You also have to be wary of the puppies as well, because those puppies are going to be tossing out some tennis balls for you to dodge, and be wary of the fire hydrants as well. Okay, second phase. You're going to want to just use crack shot and just focus on crack shot and just focus on dodging. You want to stop using your EXs by this point. Also, I forgot to mention, you also want to make sure you be doing a couple of EXs here and there in the first phase, because you're not going to be using your EX for the rest of the fight pretty much until the last bit. So the dogs are not that bad. Just dodge them. They're not too bad. The lasers here are very easy to dodge. If you aren't an idiot like I was. As you can see, the red balls are the ones that are coming at you from the ground. The yellow ones are going to be coming at you from above, so be wary of that. Now here's the trick with this one. You're going to want to wait for that first red ball to come, immediately activate your invisibility super, and you will be done! And that is how you S-rank the Howling Aces from the DLC of Cuphead. Again, this boss fight is actually my favorite in the entire game, but without further ado, I'm Phantom Ferret, aka Ferret. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and like the video if you want to as well.